What is up, everybody? It's Merc the Mike. This is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I'm Merc the Mike. I'm joined by my partner, Louis Beans.
Tag me in. What is up? What is up?
See, we actually
Yes, exactly.
tag AEW.
That man dropped me on my head. I need you to save me. I'm not gonna kick out.
Oh man, we do got a lot of wrestling to cover, and we got the wrestling retrospect and everything going. But damn, this week was a really bad day for a bad week for wrestling, as we lost two really big wrestling icons in their ways. We lost Terry Funk on that was on
Uh,
Wednesday,
mm-hmm.
and then we
Yes, sir.
lost Bray Wyatt on Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Bray Wyatt hit that one hit me a bit harder than Terry Funk. I like Terry Funk and I respect that dude, but again, that dude was like 80 and stuff like that, so he had a long life. He did a long history. This dude was 36 years old
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
passed because of a heart attack caused by COVID problems and things like that. So yes, COVID's still around. Take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But um, yeah, Terry Funk, hardcore legend, has some crazy ass matches. I was actually watching some of his matches when I found out he passed away. So I was like, let me watch some old school Terry Funk shit. Watched him versus Ric Flair, him versus Dusty Rhodes, him versus um, Hogan, and having in the old territories and having Hogan in black tights and shit, like a heel Hogan and shit. It was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But and then Bray Wyatt just I always and on this cast itself, like we always been a big fan of Bray Wyatt. I know for a fact I've been 100% into the Firefly Funhouse, and I think we always talked highly about it. We enjoyed the Alexa Bliss connection to it. We were digging the whole barcode shit that was happening for the new Bray Wyatt, and even the stuff before that. So we have always been a fan of Bray Wyatt on this cast. So it's like really sad to hear, and hope for the best for their family and everyone. But
Mm-hmm.
damn, this shit was bad. It was
Yeah,
sad.
definitely hit hard, especially because he's so young, so talented, right?
Mhm.
And it's recent. That's the difference between Funk and him. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
we understand that Funk is a legend. It's just that we were literally not that long ago watching Wyatt in the ring.
Yeah.
Less
And
than a year ago, I believe it was. Wasn't like the last thing he did was this year, right?
Roy Rumble.
Earlier in this year. So there you go. That's what I'm saying.
Roy Rumble, the pitch black match was his last match.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really sad to see. And again, prayers to JoJo, the family, and the Rotunda family and shit. It's really hard to hear and very sad to hear and stuff like that. I was watching all the messages and shit like that. I like when the wrestling community comes together, and this is the time where like yeah, it doesn't matter where you're at. Wrestling is a community no matter what. So hearing their stories with him and stuff like that, like Big E had one about them supposed to wrestle each other in the same in their high schools.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they were supposed to wrestle each other, but he didn't make weight. So when he
Okay.
got to WWE, he's like,
Okay.
"Oh, we gonna get to wrestle now," and shit like that. He used to talk shit to him all the time about
Mm-hmm.
message, and
Mm-hmm.
he would message him. He talked about that. Seth Rollins had a sad message and things like that. But again,
Yeah, I
H,
couldn't. I couldn't watch for Rollins messages. If
yeah,
you start the message and you can't say nothing, like I'm like, listen, man, you don't have to do that for us. You could just. It's all right. We
yeah,
understand you fucked up. Like you you could tell they were hurting. A lot of them were hurting
mhm,
because the thing I think that you don't it's not shown
yeah,
until unfortunately something like this happened. It's
yeah,
like when you see them all up together, they're not strangers. They're like friends and family. That's the thing.
yeah,
Because they have to travel with each other
yeah,
so many days out of the year.
yeah,
That's more that's almost more time than a lot of them see their actual family.
yeah, 100%. And it goes into a show like you don't know who's closer to who and things like that. And a lot of people were very close to Wyatt. Um, especially that first batch of NXT people like Corey
Mm-hmm.
Graves, Baron Corbin, Big E, Seth Rollins, that whole like crew of
Rusev. Rusev.
Rusev,
Yeah.
Rusev,
Yeah.
um, yeah, like again, Harper, Brody Lee, and
Mhm. Mhm.
Redbeard, and all that shit too. Like they're all really close, especially this dude from Impact, the Drama King. Fuck, I can't think of his name
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Matt
they were
Jones,
all
Matt.
really close to each
Mhm.
other. So yeah,
Mhm.
it's just really sad to hear. And again, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace, Terry Funk. And yeah, watch their
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
They were great. Both of them. Watch their
Mhm.
shit. You watched Bray's promos, man. Even his old promos, like in like the test kit, the testing room and shit. They were all fucking good.
I would. I did not get to see early Wyatt family.
Yeah,
So when it was, hmm, I think my introduction
with
to
Shield.
because again I wasn't watching for a while. So
Yeah,
when the Shield was around,
yeah. When we
there was a
kind of
lot of that
started the
I did
cast.
not see.
Yeah,
There's a lot of that I did not see. So if those two factions were like the main rivalries, I had missed a lot of this stuff.
yeah.
I think that my initial um like when I first saw them, I think they already started to get Braun Strowman. So
Ah, okay.
that's
So that's
not
like the second
that's not
iteration of the Wyatt family.
that's like right around the time. So wait, did they have Braun Strowman when they fought the New Day? And they had that compound
Mm,
match?
no, it was Harper and Redbeard.
All right, so that's the first thing I saw of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give me a second.
Uh huh. Yeah, they like I watched because I watched the early NXT. I kind of just went back into like the original, the first, because I remember Hulu had all them like dated to when they first started doing it as a web show. So I went back and watched it, and I think the first like episodes were like the NXT Championship tournament. So it was like Jinder Mahal and Seth Rollins and Ricky Steamboat Jr. and Cassius Ono and um
Okay. All
Bray had little maybe within a month or two, he started having these little promos and in the forest and shit that and then that's where the Eater World character started and stuff like that. So he would just talk to himself and like you start seeing. I don't think Harper was with him at first, and then you started seeing Harper with him, and then Redbeard came in later.
Okay. Okay.
But Harper was first, and
Gotcha.
then it was cool. It was like a really cool again character and stuff like that, and that it brought eyes onto NXT too is when Jericho wanted to go down there to actually wrestle him and see how good he was.
Oh, really? Okay.
So Jericho actually went down to NXT to wrestle Bray Wyatt, and they actually had a match and things like that, and it actually worked out pretty well in that favor because Jericho loved Wyatt, like he was very close to him too. That was their drinking buddies and shit. I know Roman Reigns was really close to him as well, but you're not gonna
Mhm.
hear nothing. Like no one ever was like, oh, we didn't hear nothing from Roman. I was like, yo, Roman's probably like really hurt by this shit, and he doesn't even want to talk about it. But
Mhm.
in the end of the day, that was like one of his best closest friends. Like, have you ever seen them all hanging out outside of the WWE? Roman was always there with
Mhm.
Wyatt and Harper and all them. So yeah,
This is yeah, because that's what's that FCW crew?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's all those people.
yeah,
Mm. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
yeah. So
You do. You
yeah.
do.
So hopefully I would like to see something on Raw to really. Cause I wish I hope they put like the messages and stuff on Raw, cause that would actually be cool to hear
Yeah,
all
that's
of
true.
them.
That's true.
I know Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, and then this dude, they both had one together, and
Mhm. Mhm.
a couple
Double
other people
OT.
did their message.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah. So, all right. First things first. We go to the wrestling retrospect, and your pick for last week was Walter.
Yes, sir. The
Walter time
Austrian,
during the Walter times, not
the
early Walter.
Austrian chop machine.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So you got your first match.
Psst is the sound you hear most when you watch the clip, followed by people like, oh, because men aren't supposed to be hitting men that hard.
Yes.
Anyway, the first match I picked, it is PCO versus Walter.
I almost picked that one too. I saw that
This
one.
is this is from Wrestling Revolver, It's on their YouTube. This actually premiered very recently. They just put this up. This is from Tales from the Ring 2,
Okay.
10/20/2018. And it's in the US. It says Iowa. Um, and this match is what you expect. It's two big monster men fighting each other, slapping each other up, but not for nothing. Walter does not back down, and he kind of bullies PCO here.
Yeah.
Very very interesting to see like somebody manhandle PCO. So yeah, if anybody could do it, it was Walter.
Yeah. Cool.
Uh, I would say I think the crowd was in shock just how the beat down he was putting on him.
Yeah.
I would say that as well. He does take the match also. At this point, he was doing pretty much the same stuff we know. He had the power bomb and he did it into the splash to take him out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
So there you go.
My first match is a tag match, and this was part of OTT Live in Belfast. This was July. Well, this was put up July. This was February 3rd, 2019. Europe Hotel Belfast. Uh, Irish Wrestling Federation. That's what they are. This is Kings of the North versus Ring Kapungif or Kapumph.
Oh,
Ring Kapuff, which
yeah.
is Walter and Timothy Thatcher
Mhm.
as a
Mhm.
tag team. Walter and Timothy Thatcher as a tag team. Enough said with that.
Mhm. Pretty much.
Walter and Timothy Thatcher as a tag team. They beat the living out of Jesus out of these dudes, but it was a good back and forth match. But again, they're no match for Walter and his chops and German suplexes, and then the Crab Man of Thatcher, adding more into it. They win the match with Walter Bomb,
Mhm. Mhm.
and yes, it was actually a really good tag team, and I didn't know they're a tag team, so now I actually gotta look up their stuff as a tag team because that just looks mean and fucked up.
Well, it's funny you say that because I guess they travel. They travel for a while
Yeah.
because the next match of it, they are both there. Thatcher is there at ringside. This one is from Over the Top Wrestling.
It's just like the movie.
Um,
It was-
yeah, no, this symbol is not a Sylvester Stallone. Um, it is from. Now, let's see when they put this up. August 2nd, 29th. No, it says August 19th. It doesn't have the year though. That's the thing. Um, no. But this one is Jordan Devlin versus Walter.
that's another
And
one I looked at, and I was like, oh, that's another another one that might be really good.
yes, this one was actually amazing.
Yeah.
This is one of the better, just I say better Walter matches. Most of his matches are good. But I put this one up there. Man. Did they fight in UK or no? You remember
Which one in the UK?
NXT UK?
Did they fight? Yes, they fought in the UK
Okay, all right.
because he was champ. Yeah, yeah. Jordan Devlin went for the title once or twice.
All right, cool, cool. Well, this one Devlin was the champion of this federation, OOT. OTT is what they call it. Yeah, so he was the OTT heavyweight champ, or world champ rather, versus Walter. And this was a hell of a match. This was a brutal back and forth. Like this was damn near Dragunov levels of physical violence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so, I actually recommend you watch this one because it's see I didn't watch their UK stuff, but it's you get to see Devlin pull out all the stops and basically fight a walking tank.
Nice.
It's what it is. So it was cool to see. Actually, I can't wait to see him wrestle more on the main roster because they need to see this type of Devlin. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying. Um, Unfortunately, this one is a clean match. There's no real outside anything. They end up brawling out in the crowd, and the crowd is super into it. So it's that adds to the match. But unfortunately, Walter takes his championship from him. He beats his ass. He chokes him out. Um, power bombs him, stacks him up, and it's a wrap, man.
Nice.
It's a wrap.
All right. My next match will be a triple threat match. And I actually had to find the full match because I really wanted to see the full match. And it took a bitch to find it. But they had highlights, but I found the actual full match. This was in PWG All Star Weekend 14. This was for the PWG World Championship. This was Keith Lee versus Jonah Rock versus Walter. If there was another definition of a Big E kind of match, this is it. It's big men slapping meat, and they beat the living out of. I didn't think. I thought the ring will break because those three are really big, and PWG is a small ring. So,
Hmm.
but it was really good back and forth. They had a lot of crazy moves. I did not. I have never seen Jonah this young in PWG. So this was the first time watching him in PWG, and it was really nice to watch. Really good match. This will be on the Facebook. I'll post everything on the Facebook. It definitely is worth a watch. Walter wins the world title, and he clotheslines the hell of Keith Lee to win it.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Who do you know who was the champ before? Lee or John?
It was Keith Lee.
Okay. All right. Mhm.
All
And
right.
then my last one, I picked this one because I haven't seen the guy in a long time, but he was good. I also know he was in NXT UK, and I think he was in. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was he also a cruiserweight in the beginning? Beginning.
Travis Barker.
Travis Banks.
Yes, he was.
Okay. Yes. So this one, I have Travis Banks versus Walter. It is from No Regrets 2018. It says, and this is on Defiant Wrestling Channel. Another big man, small man match. Uh, Sort of similar to the last match. Like you see, Travis Banks has to give his all to try to beat Walter. Um, and this one is for the Internet Championship that they have. While
Yeah.
Walter is, funny you mentioned that, Walter is the PWG champion at this time.
Cool.
So he's already a champ here. And again, I think that's one of the good things about watching Walter versus smaller men is that you see them that they have to bring it 100% because he's not gonna play with them.
Yeah.
He's gonna slap them around. He's gonna powerbomb them. He's gonna choke them out. And Travis Banks has to give it his all. And then it's one of the cooler finishes. Maybe not executed 100% the best on camera, but it was Walter caught him with the rear naked choke, and then Travis Banks scoots him up so his shoulders are pinned.
Yeah.
Ref counts to three, and then Travis Banks taps at the same time. So he retains his title, and the ref doesn't see him tap.
Okay.
So Walter's pissed off, and that's not what you want.
Yep.
So good match, good match.
All right. My last match is Walter versus Will Ospreay. This was their first time ever match. This was in Defiant Wrestling. This was September 14th, 2018. And this is Will Ospreay as the super cruiserweight. He was in wrestling a heavier style. He was super high flying and everything. This is also probably after the King Ricochet and him bout. Um, this was an ass whooping and a half. They went back and forth, but nothing phased Walter, and Walter just bulldozed over his ass.
Mhm.
He beats him with the sleeper hold and takes the title from him. So that was actually a really good match, though. A lot of good high flying shit, a lot of good back and forth, and the chops were deadly as always. So that's my last match. All right. Walter was the pick. We'll have our new pick later on the show. So we go to the weekend wrestling, and we kick off with Monday Night Raw, and this was in Quebec. And we kick off with Sami Zayn. The show went crazy for Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
Then it entered the Judgment Day. Then Kevin Owens also made a return and wanted to fight everybody. Really good segment, really good. I thought the promos were great as well, and he told everyone to shut the hell up in French, and it was good.
It was very fun. Very fun.
Yes.
Good to see Sammy
Yes.
get that standing ovation like that.
Yep. We got
Wait,
the
wait.
new. Go ahead.
Also, good to see KO back because I think this is the first week he came back, right?
Yes.
Okay, there you
The New Day versus Matt Riddle and Drew McIntyre. I thought the match was solid, but then you also had their interference of the Viking Raiders, so it didn't really go much of a match. But the New Day gets the win. But they talk up backstage and stuff like that, saying that hey, well, we get them next time and actually wrestle each other again. So good way to get the New Day back on track.
go. Hmm.
We got the IC Championship match with Gunther versus Chad Gable, which he gets the win in a countout. Fantastic match, probably the best match of Raw, and Chad Gable wins.
Yeah, that was a hell of a match. I dare I say one of the best matches this entire week.
Yeah,
Um, and that just solidifies that they are going to have one more match. There you go.
yeah. I'm hoping they put it in Payback. They haven't announced it yet, but I hope they put it in Payback.
Hmm.
IC title hasn't been defended on a pay-per-view since Money in the Bank.
Okay. All right.
So
All right.
let's
All
get
right.
the IC title back on pay-per-views. We got Rhea Ripley versus Candice LeRae. I wish they had a longer match, but it is what it is. It was just beat down and kind of going further the storyline with Raquel Rodriguez later on after this
Hmm.
match. Um, Raquel Rodriguez will meet Rhea Ripley at Payback.
Yes, sir.
Again, I know what they could do with each other with Candice LeRae and Rhea, so I wish we had a little bit more time with that match.
That's true. This
Yeah.
is true.
This is probably one of your favorite things that happened tonight. When I saw this, I was like, "Yo, Mike is probably like smiling ear to ear." The Miz versus Akira Tozawa.
Yes, sir. It was stop messing with that man. Keep talking all that smack like he don't understand you.
Yep, he cashed the win because
I'm
LA Knight.
Wait a second. Here's my other thing though. I'm mad. He don't got his music no more.
Nah, they changed his theme.
They changed it to some BS fake Oriental sounding. Like, get out of here.
Yeah,
Come on. Could you cut the racism already?
I liked
His
the whole.
original music was so good.
Yeah, it sounded like a fucking Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
I like that.
Come on.
Give him his theme back.
Anyway, that's what happens to the Miz. You
Yeah.
underestimated
Yep, and
Tozawa.
LA Knight kind of interfered, but Tozawa takes the win.
And
Hey,
the and
take him.
the and the segment before the match was great.
Yeah,
With the yeah.
yeah,
Tozawa just like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Piper
Oh,
Nevins and Chelsea Green defeat Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. I actually liked the match. It was a little short, but again, it was fun. And that handstand, whatever they did, that shit was cool.
yes.
That was a cool
They were
move.
great together. Uh, I mean, again, it's kind of like I kind of would have pushed the match back. I feel like because I
Yeah,
just feel like this one should have got more time
yeah,
for the story. Because again, I think you don't want to burn out using Katie and Katana and just making them lose mad times.
yeah. I
Like I think
agree.
that's what they should be careful of because they if anybody should be the tag team champions, come on, let's be honest, it should be them.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't just every week have them get punked and then get in a match and get beat. Like,
yeah.
all right. So,
That move was cool.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Also, we had Becky Lynch was delivering a promo and she was interrupted by Trish and Zoe Stark, and they had a brawl backstage on the concession stands. You know, people want those T-shirts, and you just line them all, fighting on them, bleeding on them.
Well,
So
I
rude.
mean, they're probably worth more money with the blood on them.
Probably. But yeah, we're gonna see Zoe Stark and Becky Lynch for the off team time this week on Raw.
She just got there and you made me tired of seeing Zoe Stark. Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop it.
it's like
What are you
it's
guys
like they
doing?
don't have no one else on the roster.
And they got a million. They got a million. Where they're all on main event now.
Yeah.
What? What?
I did like Shayna
Stop it.
Baszler's little promo. I
Hmm.
thought it was cool.
Hmm.
And well, she's also trying to burn people. Well, trying to shake Seth Rollins' gimmick, burn it down.
Let's just see if they keep the steam behind her.
Yeah, that's
There's
the
a
case.
lot of start and stop with Shayna. Let's see if they keep it.
Um, and then we go to the main event, which is Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens versus Judgment Day. This is also a main event that happened quite a few times this year so far. So, um, you also had like a little beef between Balor and Priest. They're kind of going back and forth with it. And originally it was supposed to be the tag team titles, and then it's not just being a 6-man tag. And then Cody, Kevin, Sammy win. Don end up taking the pin. Rhea looked furious at everyone, and that's the way Monday Night Raw ended.
I mean, at least at the end, right? They were
Yeah,
on the same page, even if they lost.
yeah,
Because the moral of the show was the Judgment Day needs to get along.
yeah. Mommy's gonna start beating people's ass.
She should. She really should.
Kevin Owens got body slammed. That was actually kind of cool.
Yes.
Yes, she's mean. So
I
mean.
mean, stop walking out there next to her.
Yeah.
Stay away from her.
She big. She body slam bigger people than you. The only thing she
She's
will body
literally
slam
like
you.
she's like a bear trap outside the ring.
Yeah.
You know it's out there. Don't walk near the bear trap.
Monday Night Raw, where you give it?
I'm gonna give it a minus actually. That match with Gunther and Chad Gable was amazing.
Yeah.
And you know what? Not for nothing, just the good vibes from Sammy,
Yeah.
KO coming back. The last match was very fun. I mean, it was a good show.
I think
I
we could
had
have.
my little gripes here and
Yeah.
there, but it was a good show.
Same here. I think we could have got a tag team championship match instead of a 6-man tag again.
True enough, true
That's
enough.
my only
But
gripe
I
with it.
would ask, who is the number one contender? Because aren't the Judgment Day the last people to challenge?
But they were talking shit, so
Yeah, but you shouldn't get a title shot from talking.
well, they could have been
Mm,
like, "Oh, we're only gonna
well,
fight you if the title's on the line," and they'd be like, "All right, we want to beat your ass,
yeah,
so
this is
title's on the
true.
line."
This is true.
There's no drinking. They just go and take title shots.
No,
Look at
but they
Chelsea.
do have. No, but WWE does have number one contenders, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm asking. Like, who is the actual?
At the time, no one is, but like New Day's getting their stuff up, and then like some of the tag teams have been on winning streaks and shit. So we'll see.
Mhm.
And then yeah, on SmackDown side, you had the Street Profits destroying people too
This is true.
in
This
their
is true.
jobber outfits. I still
This
don't
is
like their
true.
outfits. Um, I'm gonna go B with it. I love Gable and Gunther, but again, I gotta spot out Monday Night Raw for having a 6-man tag. This is probably maybe almost 10 6-man tag main events that we had this year.
Mm.
If I go back, like I know Riddle was in a bunch of them, and I know Cody Rhodes were in a bunch of them, and then Seth Rollins, Sammy, and Cody, and then you just changed the three of them up, but it's always against the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
So
True.
it's like
That's
okay, so stop with the 6-man tag. You could have did you could have did a tag team championship match, and that could have ended running at Raw. And I would have given you higher points. All right, we go to NXT Heatwave. We got Ija Dragunov versus Trick Williams. He beat his ass.
yes, he did.
Dragunov wins.
Trick
Good
put up a
match.
fight, but he got beat up. He got
Yeah.
beat down.
Yeah. I like the match. Again, I have my gripes with Trick Williams. He needs to stop jumping so damn much. But I enjoyed the match, and I also enjoyed that beatdown that he got too. So there you go. We have Ivy Nile versus Ava.
This was almost 100% a story match because
Yeah.
obviously the ring is surrounded by the minions.
Yes.
Um, it was kind of a beatdown, which is good to see. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously Ava needs time because she's super new, but like She wasn't doing anything crazy, and what she was doing was fine. Like was good.
Yeah,
Like she looked like she had body slams. She do all types of very basic stuff, and it looked believable. So I'm like, all right, good.
yeah,
She's on her way.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. She just needs work with more vets and time.
Basic. Yeah. She just needs time.
Yep. We got Norm Dar, and that also led into storyline which they kidnapped Ava and it ended up being um, Diamond Mine.
This should be the biggest story in WWE.
Yeah, just
How you kidnap the Rock's daughter?
yeah,
It's just like nobody realizes who she is. Like, forget the character. You
yeah.
can't just kidnap that guy's kid. Come on.
Search parties and
Uh,
everything for her.
see, now's the time The Rock should interact with some NXT stars.
Yeah,
Like, what's going on down there?
why you taking my daughter?
Exactly. I know she's doing some crazy stuff. She's hanging out with the wrong crowd, but you can't just kidnap her.
Like I mean, I was like, I let you be on my show, and this is how you thank me,
Hmm.
beating my daughter's ass. Cause she can't, she was in that show, that fucking Titan show on Channel 4 that The Rock hosted.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
she
didn't
was
know.
on that before she went to WWE.
Okay, good stuff.
Noam Dar wins his baby back.
That was a good match.
I need a R Truth versus Noam Dar match for the Heritage Cup.
Say that again.
I need a R Truth versus Noam Dar for the Heritage Cup.
Wait.
I don't know.
Uh,
I just want that match to happen.
I mean, that would be great. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad.
Yes.
I do know that Truth is I guess he's still healing up because he
Yeah.
had surgery. So
Yeah. Well, he was trying to be tag team partners with Chelsea Green, and she just never answered him back.
yeah, she ain't one.
Like he's a 59-time 24/7 champion.
I mean, who's better than that?
Exactly, 59 times. Probably more. He just didn't count those.
Exactly. Exactly.
Anyway, good match. Norm Dar
Great
got his
match, actually.
trophy
Yeah.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Got his baby back. Dragon Lee and Lyra Valkyria versus Dominic Dirty Dom and Rhea Ripley.
And this match was actually very fun.
Yes.
I liked Lyra and Rhea's interactions.
Yeah.
I like that Rhea got pissed off and ragdolled.
Yep.
See, this is the difference between when Rhea gets pissed off and other wrestlers get pissed off. It's like they get mad, they'll hit you. She get mad, she might try to kill you.
Yeah.
she
She's looking to
might
kill
try to
people.
she might try to end your career.
Yeah.
Stop messing with that woman.
Yeah. We got Raquel Rodriguez kind of interfering, and then it costs them the match. Dirty Dom takes the loss from Dragon Lee.
Yes, sir. So I mean, I guess that's sort of putting him in the front of the line for the North American Championship.
I guess. I guess.
I mean, who else? Like I'm trying to think. No,
Ali.
we don't have. But like actual number one,
Yeah, I
because
think
he had his
Ali won
people.
that match.
Oh, he did win that match. All right.
Yes.
All
So he's coming for it soon.
right. Okay.
All right. And then our main event was Carmelo Hayes versus Wesley for the NXT Championship. This match was really good. It did everything it needed to be. Again, I always give Wesley some credit with that North American title. He had a great title run, and Carmelo Hayes is killing it with the NXT Championship. So this match was perfect. It was great. It was really fun to watch, and Carmelo Hayes retains.
I not for nothing. I kind of thought he was gonna lose.
Yeah, there was a couple of times he thought it was like he definitely was gonna lose that match.
Yeah. It was something else. This is again. I gotta give it the praise it deserves. This is one of the best matches of the week.
Yep.
I kind of feel bad too, just when we see matches like this and stuff, and they just one match. It's not like it's a regular match; it's a championship
Yeah.
match. But like, it's hard, and I guess I need to start writing them down because there are so many matches that have been happening recently that when we do like match of the year, I'm
Yeah.
gonna forget a
Yeah.
lot of it.
Yeah. It's gonna
And these
be.
matches are like this was really really good. And the story, I think, to be perfectly honest, for anything not related to like bloodline and stuff,
Yeah,
I think this is one of the best like feuds between these two guys. And it wasn't even that long, but the promo sold it.
yeah. And then also like again, it makes it they did the promo to go back to the North American title,
Yeah,
which was actually great too because Wesley was the one to take it from Hayes.
that's true.
So,
This is
well,
true.
took it in the ladder match, but he still took it from him.
Yeah,
It
I
wasn't
know.
his anymore.
Mhm.
What you give NXT?
Uh, I might give it an A minus. I think yeah, yeah. I'm looking back and it's like yeah, every match was pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna give it an A minus.
I'm gonna go A. I go solid A. I think the world title match was great. I think it had a lot of good storylines building up. I loved the Dirty Don Rhea versus Dragon Lee and Valkyria. So yeah, I'll go with A. We go to AEW Dynamite. This is Fighter Fest 2023. Um, we kick off with the Elite versus the Bullet Club Gold. Renee Paquette also interviews MJF afterwards.
That was solid. That was solid. I'm not mad.
Um, I was
Although I
just
do
like,
wish
uh,
Bullet Club Gold would win everything. Just saying.
yeah, it was alright. It was a good match,
They are,
but
they are my they are close to my new favorite faction in AEW.
okay,
It's still House of Black, but like Bullet Club Gold, they're good and they make me laugh.
okay. I like the standing for Jay White.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
There's a lot of stuff
yeah.
they did that I don't know if you saw that thing, that video they had. I think it was an exclusive. I'm not sure if it was on the show. Where they had the stand in and they pulled him out of the plastic and they named him like like rock hard card blade or some shit. It's so
Okay,
dumb. It's super dumb.
that's crazy. We also had a promo with MJF for Renee Paquette. I thought it was solid, and Alex Ho is not just my friend; he's my brother.
Look, if you're gonna do some change with MJF, go all the way.
Yeah. Ray Phoenix, John Moxley. This was a storyline bout, and they kind of sold why Ray Phoenix was not in the match. They kind of just took him out, so give you excuse that why he was not there. And technically, he just had visa issues, but they took him out, like tried to yoke him.
Yes, sir.
And also you had Ray Phoenix. Pretty much they Moxley took the win. Then you saw the best friends come in, and then the Blackpool Combat Club came in, and then the return of Santana and Ortiz, which I called. I called they were coming, and
Welcome back.
was a fight. Yes,
Welcome back.
welcome back. I know Minion was disappointed. It was just very lackluster when he felt it was very lackluster, and I can agree with that. It was just like okay.
What you talking about?
The return and how they did the return.
I mean, what were they supposed to do?
Yeah,
Dunk him in the back? Shoot him?
I would have waited for the
I don't
show.
know.
I
I
would have.
get.
I wouldn't have showed them on Dynamite. I would have waited for UK.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I like the guys, so I don't really mind seeing them.
Yeah.
I don't,
All right. We go next.
no, the match was great though. I
Yeah.
will I will say that.
You got contract signing for Jericho versus Will Ospreay. I thought it was a good story, a good promos also between the two.
Hmm. This the UK thugged out Will Ospreay.
Yep. We have Renee Paquette interviews Adam Cole, and then also the tornado tag of tornado
Well,
tag of Swerve and AR
we
Fox
gotta talk
versus.
about that interview. Hold on a
Okay.
second, because his interview did not go the same way
Yeah.
because he stormed off. So they were definitely building something. Cause yeah, it was looking like Cole was the evil one,
Yeah.
so to speak. So
And then we go to the Tornado Tag. You had Darby Allin, Nick Wayne versus Swerve Strickland and AR Fox. Another thing happened is the fact that they kicked AR Fox just took the loss and they got kicked out of the team.
It made sense. But why they didn't kick Brian Cage?
That's what I'm saying.
Why they didn't kick him out?
That is what I'm saying. Like y'all saying that because he lost so many times. Like what? Look at the two guy you have in your team. He only beats Willie Mack.
Yeah, it's that part kind of got me like, what the hell? How are you kicking this man out? It's probably because AR Fox probably couldn't travel.
Yeah,
He probably has felonies. I'm
yeah.
not trying to
There's a
say
big.
anything, but he's probably got felonies.
Yeah,
Um, but like that wrinkle in the story was kind of whack
yeah,
because I think AR Fox fit the mogul industries better than a lot of people
yeah,
because I think he fits with Swerve. Like
yeah,
they go together. Yeah, but anyway, we'll see. We'll see. The match was good. I'm not mad at the match. They beat the crap out of Nick Wayne,
yeah.
and I think that's just what's gonna happen to the
In
poor
front of his
kid.
mama.
He's just gonna be getting his ass beat.
Yeah, in front of his mama.
flash Flash forward to Sunday. Yeah, to Sunday, him getting what is it? Slammed by a dinosaur on a skateboard. Good guy.
Yep. There you go.
Good guy.
Yeah, Sky Blue versus Ruby Soho. I thought it was solid. It was okay.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
And then our main event was the ROH Tag Team Championships. The Hardys versus the Aussie Open.
That was a good match. I'm not mad.
Good match, but
That was solid.
I'm just saying, y'all have the ROH Tag Team Champions on the show, and you can't get the Women's ROH Champion to reappear on the show.
Yeah. And once again, one women's match on the entire show.
And once, not even a segment either, just one women's match, and that was a. They didn't even get a promo segment or nothing.
Nothing leading up to All In. Statlander stayed home.
Yep, she's going to
A lot
Chicago
of,
though.
lot of with the women's division. That's all I'm saying.
A lot of poo poo.
Mm-hmm.
Big O poo poo. Yes. AEW Dynamite, where you give it?
I'm gonna give it a B minus. I thought it was solid.
Yeah.
There's enough solid matches on the show.
I'll go. I'll go B minus as well. I think I wish again. There's some things that I wish they added more to, but they did tell stories that they needed to in order to get into Wembley because they had to get a reason why Phoenix wasn't there. They also had to go also why AR Fox couldn't make it and without telling them, yo, he has felonies.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
So
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. We go to. I did not get to watch Impact. Impact is the one that kind of suffered because I didn't get to watch it because we had to watch All In. Rampage. I only watched one match in Rampage, which
What was that?
was Rampage.
Oh, what match was
Oh,
that?
I watched the Tony Storm's Saraya versus Dr. Britt Baker and Sheeta. Just
Oh
because I
wow.
wanted to see if they actually would tell more of a story beyond just them tagging. Like, I
Mm.
wanted to see more of a back and forth between Britt Baker and Cheetah because they are former enemies and she's the one that took the title from her.
Mm.
And the only thing you got was a little almost hit with Tony Storm and Paige. But other than that, it was not really much. I was hoping for more story. And it was it wasn't that long of a match. Again, very
Okay.
short time.
Okay.
And, well, at least it main evented.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I didn't watch anything else. Gravity fought your boy QT,
Gravity.
but I didn't watch it.
I need to go back and watch that then.
Yeah,
QT. Did he defend his championship?
yeah, against Gravity.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
All right.
Friday, Friday night SmackDown was a sad. It was a sad show. It was dedicated to Bray Wyatt, and it was a tribute show more than it was actual regular SmackDown. So they kind of kept somewhat story involved, but it was more of a focal point of saying thank you Bray and all that shit. Um, So yeah, it had me in my heart. Like I was sad watching this, but Ray Ray and Grayson Waller, I thought it was a fun match. Zelina Vega, Io Sky was a really good match. I was surprised how good that match was. I'm not surprised. I'm just happy they gave it time.
True. True.
So it's not a surprise that I know they're talented. It's just more I'm happy that they gave it time to develop and actually be a decent match. And I really enjoyed it. Um, Cody Rhodes paid tribute to Terry Funk, which was cool.
Hmm.
Also, the Brawling Brutes also paid tribute to Terry Funk and Ridge Holland carrying Pete Dunne and fucking twisting him around and kicking everybody. But Bobby Lashley was like, "Nah, you ain't losing," and came in and speared the shit out of Pete Dunne. That was fucked up. You're a bully. You went for the smallest dude and fucking took half his
uh,
body off. That was not fair.
I wouldn't be mad to see Bobby Lashley versus Pete Dunne.
Nah, I hope he takes his fingers.
Hmm.
He gonna break his fingers. As he deserves. He gonna get his ass kicked the rest of the time, but he gonna break
I
his. He
will
gonna take
say
his fingers with him.
somebody has to bring up the fact that it was a hardcore Terry Funk hardcore tag team match, and there was no hardcore match.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's true. They
there was
can't
no
go.
bull rope. There was no what's the Brandon Iron.
Yeah.
There was
Ow.
no there was no chainsaw for
Yeah.
Chainsaw Charlie.
Not.
None of that.
No.
Ain't nothing. A regular ass match.
And we had the last opponent of Bray Wyatt versus um Bray's first opponent.
Yeah, that's true.
No, the last opponent
Yeah,
versus the Fiend's
the
last opponent.
first fiend.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first fiend opponent. Hmm.
Yes. I thought this match was great. Really big win for LA Knight. To be honest with you, he beat Finn Balor clean. So talking about that, that's actually a really big match for him to
Yes,
have
sir.
under his belt. But I love the promo he did right before the show
Yeah,
and
that's true.
dedicated to Bray Wyatt. And again, it was just a really sad night, and it was just nice seeing everyone back and like the whole beginning with everyone out and doing the 10 ring bells and everything like that. It was a really good presentation. So with that, I'll say the show gets an A.
Yeah, I give it an A as well. I think they did well by their fallen comrades. And, they did a good tribute. They had small little details and stuff for for fans of like Bray.
Yeah,
They had little details. They had the rocking chair. They had the way the whole crowd just unprompted started singing
yeah.
the whole world in his hands was
They
crazy.
did it in London too.
Yeah,
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 it
true,
was cool.
true. The way was I didn't know this, but the way Cody and Braun were like up there in front
Yeah,
because of their significance to his character and the person as well.
yeah.
Because I didn't know that Cody was the guy that was his NXT guy.
Yeah,
I didn't
that
know
was
that.
his that was his pro.
Hmm. Yeah, and
Original.
then I didn't know
Yeah,
Braun Strowman put out that he was the godfather of like I think his last kid.
yeah. His youngest.
So yeah.
He's the Godfather youngest, and then you also have Redbeard, Rowan.
God, you just gotta feel bad for Redbeard, man. He lose
Man,
two of his best friends like that. That's
back to back,
crazy, man.
within 2 years of each other too,
It's unbelievable.
and in almost the same way too.
Mm. True that. True
It's
that.
very sad.
True that.
But yeah, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt again, and it was a nice tribute show. I hope they give us a little tribute thing on Monday Night Raw as well, just for like the stars over there could say their piece because it was only mainly the SmackDown roster.
This is true.
Yeah. AEW Collision, I did watch it. Um, you had Orange Cassidy, Penta, and Kingston versus Butcher and the Blade and Sabin. You know who wins that.
Why you gotta
Yeah,
say it like that?
because that's the way it is. Cookie Crumbles, you know who wins.
You know the butcher could win. You never know.
They didn't
No,
win.
no, he couldn't.
They didn't win.
No, he didn't.
Um, you got Dark Order and Action. Dark Order versus Action Andretti and Jamarcus Martin. Who do you think won?
I'm gonna say I thought the Andretti and Martin was because
No, Dark Order won.
no,
Yay! They getting wins.
Excuse me, Dark Order won a
Yeah, they're
match
going a little bit more
against
serious too.
somebody who's not a no name. Because
Yes,
Andretti got the Jericho bump. You know what I'm saying? Like
that rub
he's
is
not a
long
nobody.
gone.
No,
People forgot that
I'm
shit.
no, I'm just. But he's a young star. He's a young star on the rise. I
Yeah.
would figure he's not gonna lose.
You had Big Bill had a squash match.
Okay. And then I see Ricky Starks whoop that man's ass.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
And then you had Big Bill. Yeah. Then you had Willow Nightingale versus Robin
You,
Renegade.
oh, Mark, I can't say this without a disclaimer because it's messed up to say this about a person. What somebody said. He's like, "Oh, we got Damian Priest at home. That's messed up."
Yeah.
And then the Juventud jokes.
Yeah.
Also, there was an actual thing between him and Juventud. They
Oh
got
yeah.
his opponent, Very.
Yeah.
That's his first name.
Yeah.
Uh, they on the elite. Juventud was on, and he was on, and then Juvi walked in the doorway, and then they started doing the mirror thing,
Oh okay.
where they did the hand up,
Yeah.
because he does look like Juventud.
Oh
He
damn.
does look like, and he does look like if you left Damian Priest in the dryer. He does.
Yeah, he does. He does. He does.
I'm sorry.
He's
I'm
only
sorry.
5'6" too.
I'm sorry.
You got Willow Nightingale and Robin Renegade. I thought it was a solid match.
I'm glad the Renegade Twins are getting some more reps because I know they're still out there building their stock up. So good for them. Even if they lost.
Keith Lee kills Ziggy Dice.
Really? Why he had to kill him?
They murdered
Damn.
it.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a squash match. It was just an ass whooping.
How is that's not fair? I gotta call BS because you know why? Because they have the whole thing with Impact just happened. How you
Yeah.
gonna squash an Impact star like that? Come on, bro. What? See, that's why I would. If I was an Impact
Yeah.
star, see, I see this. I'm never coming over there.
Yeah.
I'm never coming over there because they just gonna make me a jobber. Hell
Yep.
no.
Yep. Ziggy Dice got his ass escape.
Mm.
And then they did all star 4-way match. We have White, Cage, Luchasaurus, and Strickland versus Sting, Punk, Hook, and Allen. Match was okay. It was
Okay.
fun. It was fun.
Okay.
Joe came in and choked out CM Punk afterwards, though.
Nice.
That's what he gets. And I'll give Collision a C plus. It was okay. It wasn't that great of a show. I did like Willow Nightingale's match though. Like I'm happy to see her get some time. Hopefully she
Okay.
gets some more time
Okay.
in Dynamite. All right, you want to review this long ass pay per view? God damn it! All out, all in, all out. No, it's all in. The other one's all out.
Yes, sir.
All right, all in. We go our give our review. Did you watch the 0 hour stuff or no?
I did see the 0 hour, so I got to see that we do have new ROH tag team champions.
Yeah, with the double
Crazy.
clothesline.
I didn't think. I will say they why he sell that clothesline so hard though. That boy, he looked
That's
like he
how
was
you're
gonna
supposed
die.
to sell it.
Jesus, they wasn't running that fast.
Yeah.
He looked like he was decapitated.
That's how you're supposed to sell it. That clothesline is supposed to be your life
Yeah.
ending.
Look, listen, if Walter does it, if Gunta does it, I believe that. Just saying.
Well, so Cole and Adam Cole and MJF are your new ROH tag team champions. Oh, solid match. I'll go 4. It was a good match.
Oh, yeah, I would agree. I agree.
We have FTW Championship match. You have Hook versus Jack Perry. This was FTW rules, which I guess is ECW rules. I guess it was a right match. It was sloppy here and there, but it was okay.
I mean, it was supposed to be a fight, so it was all right. I wasn't looking for technical points.
Where you
I
get
will say I wouldn't do what Jungle Boy did and do Rolling Thunder on top of a SUV like that, but
yes.
it did look cool because he hit it. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
RBD's gonna send a lawyer tomorrow.
Yes. Yes, he is.
That's copyright move. What do you give it?
I give it a 3.75. I'm not mad.
I'll go three.
I'm not mad.
Um, then we go and we kick off AEW All In. I like the arena looked nice. It was the setting was cool. I really
Hmm.
felt bad for anyone that's high up because there was no big screens whatsoever.
Yeah, I wonder what they did for that.
Binoculars, the old school way, binoculars. It looked extremely crowded, but it also looked like if you were in that middle section, you didn't see shit because all the seats were like like a straight plane. Like the seats didn't rise up. The only ones that rose up were the like the middle, the hard cam areas. Everything else was like flat. So I was like,
Yeah, I get you. Cause isn't that like
it was like an Olympic arena. It was like a
yes,
track and
yeah,
field
I'm
and
about to
shit.
say because the floor plan is not just for the elevated seats. That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. If you're on the floor, you don't have the benefit. I
yeah.
got you.
But they got our work. Shout outs to AEW. They got the 81,000 people selling out that show. Congrats to
You,
them.
can I just call out supposed wrestling fans for just nitpicking the show for no reason
Yeah,
and things that weren't even real.
yeah,
So people saw where the camera was situated and it's in this there was a setup
yeah,
so that you couldn't sit there so
yeah.
that there was empty seats and I just saw the people just a little and I just call them little bitches just
Ah.
coming out they couldn't fill the whole stadium look at those empty and I'm like you I'm tired of you people like shut the fuck up.
Mercedes Monet fucking took over like 6 seats. She probably bought all 6 days.
It's
I don't want
true.
people sitting next to me.
No, but there was like setups, the
Yeah,
logistics, and like if human beings sat there, they would be the people on the internet being like, "Yo, why they sit us here?"
yeah.
With the
In front of a camera and shit like that. No, there's areas that they have to have the hard cams and shit like that. Yes, you're not gonna be able to sit everything. It's still a good for a company that's only 5 years old to sell that many tickets in a stadium like that. It's good for wrestling. Shut up.
it's good for wrestling. Like that's the whole point. Like I get you don't have to like them, but
Yeah,
man, it's good for the business. You
yeah,
don't want them to fail.
yeah. We don't want
The
them to fail.
fuck is wrong with you? That's
But
what I had
yeah,
to cut some people off. It was like, oh, you just turned out to be an asshole. Like,
yeah,
what kind of
yeah.
bitch made behavior is this? Shut up and enjoy the show.
And
If you
then
don't want to watch it, don't hate watch.
yeah, and Mercedes
Tired of hate
Martinez,
watching.
Mercedes Monet, she pretty much had a role to herself, and no one was sitting
She had an
next to her.
entourage. Yeah, she had an
Yeah.
entourage up there. Yes, yeah, a good old time.
But she didn't
They
have
would
anyone
not.
sitting next to her besides like she had like seats between
No,
everyone.
she had like it was like
Yeah,
one white dude sitting next to her, and
yeah,
then
yeah,
on the other side she had no seats because she didn't want nobody there.
yeah.
She
Don't
had
want to
her
touch me.
crew.
No touch me.
She had her crew.
Yeah. She also
That's
had a
it.
foot. She still had the boot on her foot.
And she still had and you know what? She still had the wherewithal to wear her Bray Wyatt band.
Yeah.
That's a real G right there.
There you go. There you go. But you know what? Hey, if she goes to AEW, I'm fine with it. But they
I
had
don't
to
want it.
invest more into the women's division.
I don't want it.
I want her, rather her in Impact and her best or her what she calls brother Kalisto's there now. Naomi's there. Go to
Yeah,
Impact,
that's
man.
what I want.
Let's
I'd
go to
rather
Impact.
her have not be signed to Impact, but I'd rather her work with them
Yeah,
before she makes any big moves. Cause I don't want her in AEW. They don't deserve her. The way they treat the women,
yeah,
they don't deserve her.
yeah. No, I agree. Like they had to, they 100% had to invest more into it because yeah,
They're basically second class citizens on that show.
yeah,
You all I have to do is say add up the number of men's matches, add up the number of women's, and it's ridiculous
yeah,
how much they outnumber them.
yeah.
It's
On every
ridiculous.
show.
And how much time they give to the some of their segment. It's ridiculous. And it's like you don't want to sound bitter and be like, oh boo hoo, but damn man, we watched this we got a podcast and we got y'all on record, man. Y'all be messing up.
Yeah,
What y'all doing?
yeah, 100%,
We got
100%.
proof.
Yeah,
Get it together. Put these women out there.
there you go. All right. Um, let's go to All In. But again, congratulations for the crowd, the attendance. Like, yeah, it's I respect it. It's fucking good for the wrestling business.
Hmm.
All right. We go to All In, the actual pay per view, and we kick off with the real world champion CM Punk versus Samoa Joe.
I'm surprised Joe didn't just kill this man, but he tried. He tried.
Yeah.
He did not leave unscathed, so thought it was all right. I think they hit all the notes, right? You got
Yeah.
the Joe walk away. You got Punk doing something very divisive, and then it turns out he did something even more divisive
Yeah.
because he was doing something that looked like the attitude, like he was about to do with Cena, and then he does the Hogan. I'm like, oh, I
Yep.
don't like, ugh. Now, okay, now I'm booing you.
Yeah.
Hogan, ugh.
Yes.
I'm good.
Um,
I'm good.
I,
So
I
it was a
thought
good match
I
to
thought
me.
they had a better match on Collision. Their first bout they had on Collision, I thought it was a way better match. I thought it was paced better. This one, they both looked like they were like out of breath when they got into the ring. I thought they were shot a little bit, but other than that, but then again, I hear a lot of the bullshit that happened backstage and with Punk and Jack Perry, and I'm like, that's probably
Is
why.
it real though? I It's rumors. I'm not.
Uh,
Is it real?
Tony
Like
Khan,
why do we got to do
Tony
this?
Khan actually brought it up. So he's like, I
So,
don't know the whole situation, but when I find out, then I'm just gonna give you a heads up. I'm not answering questions about that.
well, there
That's
you
it,
go.
100%. Like that's exactly what he said. So it's, something did happen. The match itself, again, I think that they had a better match on Collision. I actually thought it was a better paced match just for me. So I'm gonna go 3. I was not crazy about this match.
I thought it was a good. I thought it was a good match.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 3.75.
Okay.
I think Punk was the antagonist that he needed to be.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of sad it wasn't more Joe domination, but
Yeah.
it was okay.
Golden Elite versus Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Takashita.
I was surprised at the outcome of this match.
Yeah. Kota lost twice in All Elite Wrestling.
Well, it wasn't his fault.
It's all his
It
fault.
wasn't his fault. Gotta blame Kenny.
Yeah, it's all Kenny's fault.
Kenny
Damn you,
Kenny
Kenny.
got caught by the most successful wrestling move in wrestling history, the schoolboy,
Yep.
the roll up.
The roll up.
So
Good match.
I thought it was a solid match. I thought it was solid.
What do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 4. And you know what? I give it a little commendation because at least we got to see Murder Ibushi for a hot second. So
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
I'll go 3.8. 3.8. It was good. I enjoyed it though. It was probably one of the higher match I enjoyed. So that will give you a consensus of where I'm at with my scores. Um, AEW World Tag Team Championship match. You have FTR versus the Young Bucks.
I thought the match started out great, and as it went on, it was solid. And then it just when it got towards like the last 5 minutes, I want to say,
Yeah.
is where they burnt me out.
Yep.
Is because they fell into the Young Bucks trap
Yeah.
of kick out, kick out, kick out, and not every kick out is a partner assisted kick out.
Yeah.
Like, why do you take a double pile driver and you just kick out?
If you could
Why do
do
you
all that,
take each other's finishers, kick out? And it's just like, what is this? Like, when did this become wrestling? Like, this sucks.
I'm
I don't want to see this anymore.
I'm just
So
saying.
I had to fast forward the end of the match, dude.
Damn.
And if I had to fast forward the end of the match, you messed up. I'm sorry. Again, I love FTR, and I'm a fan of the Bucks.
Yeah.
But that Bucks stuff, and that's like the one offense that they have. Like, I don't care about their style of wrestling. It's that kick out stuff that pisses me off
Yeah.
because it makes an otherwise great match just look like, man, y'all don't know when to end it.
And the things they kicked out of too, like they kicked out of one on a fucking thing, and they kicked out like the way they kick out too. It's not like a last resort kind of kick out either. It's like strong kick out. I'm like, yeah, your ass supposed to be knocked out. How the fuck you kicking out
It's
that?
like here's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like I get it. I get that the Bucks have the gas tank of infinity. I understand that they just train to wrestle all day every day, so they don't really get tired like that. But you don't have to portray that in a match.
Nah.
Like, come on. I get it, but you guys, you got like, I would say the one thing that really pissed me off is around the time when they got to do each other's finishes, and
Yeah.
they hit the FTR hit the Shatter Machine,
Yeah.
and old boy kicks out, and then old boy just looks unfazed,
Yeah.
and that was Matt, and he looked unfazed.
Yeah.
He didn't look hurt. It's like the match was already going on for like 15, almost 20 minutes, and then he didn't look hurt.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that. That's part of your job is to not. We don't care if you're not really hurt, not hurt, but your job as a professional wrestler, you gotta sell it, boy.
Yeah. I agree.
So I gotta take points to it. I'm gonna give the match a 3-5, but that's just being nice because again, I can't take away from the fact that the first 15 minutes was great, but come on, man,
Yeah. And then
sell, boy.
all of a sudden, like they just forgot that they had a tag, and there was no tags whatsoever. And when they tag, it was just because to do another tag. Like, why are you tagging him now? Like now you decide to tag after like being in the minute for like you were in the ring for like a whole like 2 minutes. The ref didn't say shit. They didn't even count. They didn't do none of that. So it throws me off. I was just like, another shit like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-5 as well. Like again, I'll give credits for where credits due. With the match, there were some parts of the match that was really good, but yeah, it gets overly saturated with the kickouts with moves that shouldn't like fully be kicked out. You guys should be tagging, using your tag partner to kick out more than anything. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's where I go. So yeah, 3-5. If people may hate our review, I don't give
No,
a
it,
fuck.
I would say at least listen to somebody being honest about what they watched
Yeah,
and not just kissing their asses or trying to shit on them because we don't like the company.
yeah, exactly.
We don't do that. We telling you what we saw and
We
why we don't like it
and
or
we
why we do.
and we
And we're
invest
not
a lot of
scoring the
time.
matches like ones and twos.
Yeah,
We're giving you reasons why we lowered the score from what it could have been.
exactly. And yes, and we dedicate a lot of time to AEW too.
Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta watch it, right?
So whatever. Steady and
Gotta watch it.
Stampede. Yeah, the Bullet Club, Blackpool Combat Club. Too many Blackpool things.
Too
Uh,
many acronyms.
clubs.
What do you call that? Too many
Goddamn
clubs. Yeah.
gangs. Gang warfare stuff. So Blackpool Combat
Hmm.
Club, Santana and Ortiz versus the Best Friends, Orange Cassidy, Eddie Kingston, and Penta El Zero Miedo.
And I thought it was a nice car crash. I thought it was for the UK audience. We've already seen it.
Yeah.
And I will say I think I like the first one better because correct me if I'm wrong, the first one was the one with Hangman and the horse, right?
Yeah, and then I think someone got hit by the cart. I think
Oh,
Sammy
that
Guevara got hit
was
with the
that
cart.
serious?
Yeah.
That was the first time Sammy got hit. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like the first one better. With that said, I'm gonna say it did what it was supposed to do. This was not supposed to be just a wrestling match. This was supposed to be chaos and people just fighting and doing violent, just out unconscionable things. You wouldn't do what they do to your friends, hopefully. So,
Hey.
so to that point, I'm gonna give it a 3-5.
Uh
I'm gonna say I wish uh I wish Eddie was like the spotlight. But I get that it came back to OC.
yeah.
Get that it circled around to the best friends. So technically, we could say the best friends won a match,
Finally, right? This is like the
a
second
big
win
match, a
in
big match.
second
Technically,
win on Moxley.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So technically,
I had my issues with this match. I just felt like it was everywhere, and it wasn't everywhere in a good thing. Like, I hated the cameras going back and forth, and like everyone is. I understand it has to be everywhere. It's a big hardcore match, and it's 5-on-5 and all that stuff. I didn't like that Penta fucking disappeared and came back in a new fucking costume.
I almost didn't believe that happened, and then it happened, and it was like, wait, did he just change clothes?
I'm like, why? Like, what? All right. Like, again,
I
I don't.
but hold on, I
Yeah,
kind of get it because wasn't he supposed to be Venom and then he turned to Carnage?
I get that. But the thing is, I was like, all right, so you. had time to explain that Penta has this. You guys never explained that Penta could do this. And so
No,
me
they did.
again, if you build something to go the kooky way, I'm fine with it as long as you go 100 in it. It just felt like it was a clothes change because he bled too much and fucking changed his mask off. But it
Yeah.
was like, all right. And then it wasn't even that great because once he went through the table, he was down still. He didn't get
No,
back up.
no, you missed the most important
Yeah.
part was the fact that when he was setting up, he broke the ladder.
Yeah, exactly. So
It
there you
fell
go.
down, and he fell off the ladder, broke it, and they had to change the entire camera angle or something else. It
Yeah,
was like, damn. Well, at least they know. Don't sit there and watch it. So you know
exactly.
what? To that point, I would say they getting better. Don't dwell on the mistake and go somewhere
I
else.
think
Okay.
they. I think the Pari person fell with him, and that's the reason why the camera got
Well,
changed.
it was Santana, so
Yeah,
I imagine they did, but they did it. They had
yeah,
to go back up there and do it. I think every Hentez had to hold the ladder, but
yeah.
that made me laugh because I saw that. I was like, okay,
Santana looked like a Uso.
yeah, he didn't look like Santana. He looked like somebody else.
He did look like a. He looked like an honorary Uso. He did not look like
It
Santana.
was kind of jarring.
And it did. I also felt like they had tension with each other. They looked like they barely talked to each other in the ring. They did some tag moves together, but you kind of saw the tension between the two, and I didn't like. Again, the match didn't feel right for me. There was like one spot I liked is with the sticks, because fucking Moxley looks funny as hell when he takes that shit.
Yes.
He looks like a
Yeah.
rooster.
Yeah.
So I'll give credit for that, but I think this match was just like extremely sloppy. Like it was everywhere, but not a good everywhere. Like I've seen Stadium Stampedes that I actually enjoyed. I like Hardcore Moxley, but again, this was something that I think could have been better or better presented on a Dynamite and stuff like that, and not on the show. That's just me, not as like my opinion. So I'm gonna go two. I was not really crazy about this match. I'll go
I
two
got you.
five. I'll go 2-5. I'll go half. Just because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like they could have did more. I feel like the and then also I understand they bring the mom in and stuff like that. See, that was the spot. You should have had her hit someone with the fucking van.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. If they, she'd have ran somebody over, it would have been great. It'd have been
Yeah,
great.
like she just brought fucking like muffins and like English
They
pastries.
were
So I was like,
cookies. They were cookies.
they weren't cookies.
No,
They
they were
didn't
big
look like
ass
cookies.
cookies.
Yeah,
They had a picture of the plate. Yeah.
they looked like other things. They didn't look like cookies. But anyway, and y'all wasted
They look
food.
kind of like scones.
Yeah,
They
they
were
look like
so big.
scones. They didn't look like cookies. But y'all just wasted them. Y'all didn't even eat one.
I think
Waste of
somebody
food.
ate some. I think
Waste of
somebody ate
food.
one.
Nah, he just took it and bink.
Damn, they did.
Waste of food. Pissed me off.
Shame on 'em. Don't
One
waste
thing
food.
you get me mad is when you waste food. I hate
That's why
the.
they had this. They heard you. That's why they had to stop them WWE Thanksgiving matches. No more
What they
wasted
going?
food.
Oh, they do that shit all the time. So. All right. The next match it is the women's AEW Women's Championship match. You have Saraya versus Sheeta versus Tony Storm versus Dr. Britt Baker DMD. I'll let you go first with this one.
Uh, Unless they, the one thing I did like was I liked the entrances to. I liked Cheetahs. I liked. I mean, Saraya was okay. I mean, it was more of a emotional thing for her because she had a family. But I like Tony Storm and her movie star. It's
I
so
actually
much,
I dug it. I dug it.
so much. I really like that. I just like her attitude. That how she's so like, why is this happening to me? She everything is an offense to her, and I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Um, the match itself, it was okay. It didn't reach the heights of like a dynamite match. You know what I mean? It didn't break that. It didn't go beyond. So I didn't feel it was like pay-per-view quality of a match.
Yeah.
That's mainly the feel I had. It just felt too regular.
It felt like a rampage
Too
match, not even a dynamite match, like a rampage dark match.
Yeah, no, it did, but it just it didn't have that. Oh my God, this is happening, and then this, and then this, and then that. It just kind of felt like it was just going through the paces. Everybody was getting their shit in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The part I think I like was the interactions maybe with Sheeta and Britt when they were like fighting at the end, and she was struggling her ass off to get the lecture on her, and
Yeah.
it like there was a few moments like that between those two, and I was like, all right, that's not bad. They struggling right
Yeah.
there. But other than that, like I said, it was just too regular of a match, so I give it a 3.
Um. So again, I think my pick was Saraya. Yes, it was Saraya.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
knew she was. I had a big feeling she was gonna win it because again, right there at where they located at, and also I at that moment when I picked Saraya, I had a second guess. I was like, isn't Tony Storm? No, she's from Australia. Like
Yeah, she's
I'm
from a
right.
different place.
Exactly. So I was like, but she made a big career in the UK. So I was like, that's the reason why I kind of got confused. Um, I wanted more from this match. I just think the talent they have. I think they could have delivered. I think the talent they had could have delivered a better match. I think the pacing was a little off. Again, like I felt like this could have been an easy TV match and people would have batted an eye. I feel like the fact that the structure they didn't really get a lot. They got okay time, but they didn't get a lot of time. And then going after the Stadium Stampede match, I think it took a lot of the crowd out of it.
I can see that. I can definitely see
So
that.
I was like, because even and when Soraya came in, like I got she got a pop, but the crowd sounded dead.
Yeah, that was the thing you noticed. The crowd was a little aware. They
Yeah.
were tired. They
Yeah,
were
yeah,
tired.
yeah. So I was like a little disappointed with that, but congrats to Saraya.
Mhm.
It's a long journey to get the title, and I'm happy that she won and things like that. I would if it was my choice to have her win, would I had her win? No. I think you have better characters in Tony Storm, and you also have a better character, and I like Sheeta better. So
Yeah.
I would have kept Sheeta with the title, or um, or had Tony Storm take it back. Like I don't think Saraya should have it just yet because she hasn't really had that match that like all right she's 100% back kind of thing, or matches were like and not the greatest, and I don't think she's like that champion right now that she was once was.
I mean that's fine because you don't have to be
Yeah,
as physical. Because again, if they can manage to tell a good story with
yeah,
her, then it would be fine. So I think it's on them to do that.
yeah. So I was just really disappointed with the match. I wanted something more out of it. Um, I go I'm gonna go 2-5 as well.
Hmm.
Um, coffin match, which I don't think the match actually ended. Coffee match, coffee match, coffee match. That would be a crazy match. Whoever could finish a cup of coffee before the match.
I mean,
They probably
careful,
someone shit.
Jericho might beat you to it.
Yeah, someone probably shit them pants over too. Sting and Darby Allin versus Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage in a coffin match.
I think this is one of the best matches of the show. I thought it was very fun. I liked it a lot. I actually was excited when Sting's entrance music hit. I was like, "What?" They did a was it a remix of like his second?
No, it was second. It was the original. It was the studio version of it, not the live version. Because in WCW they used the live version.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
they
It was
had the
cool.
sirens.
It was cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That was dope.
I popped for that. I popped for Seek and Destroy. I thought that was one of Sting's best themes. So
I
yeah,
was like,
I popped for that.
"What?"
Yeah,
I was like, "What?" Okay, let's go. And so that set the tone for me for the match. Like Christian just being an asshole. I like the stare down between him and Sting because obviously they have history in TNA.
yeah,
I like this the back and forth between Swerve and Sting. Like you don't really get that too much. So I like this feud giving him a chance to work with Swerve. So
yeah. I enjoyed the
and
match too.
of course, Darby doing what he do. Man's almost decapitated himself when he tried to cannonball at Swerve, and his head like skidded off the floor. Thank God Swerve caught him. Um, that coffin drop onto the coffin when he missed was that dent was real. Like goddamn, just that body just Jesus.
Yeah.
You trying to make it the dirty kid? What's going on?
Nope.
Um, everything. I like the struggle between them trying to get Christian in the thing and him sticking his leg,
Yeah.
sticking his leg out. Like there's a lot of stuff that's little moments in this match. I think that they were just me isms,
Yeah.
stuff that I picked up on that just made me start laughing or smile, and I'm like, so you know what? I'm gonna give this one a 4.
Okay. I'm gonna go 4-2. I enjoyed the match. I thought it was this was like the fun chaotic that I expect from a match
Yeah, yeah.
that I kind of wanted from the Stadium Stampede. I want that fun chaotic shit. So I was fine with this, and I still say Swerve did not lose.
No, he did not. The
Yeah.
birds count. They're part of his body.
Yeah. You gotta get that braid in. Shouts to me. He said the same thing too. Um. Next match. I think it was actually one of my favorite matches this week. This night. Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay.
Yes, sir. I definitely agree. I think this was a hard hitting match, but I expected that. I think the story in the match was great. You had Callis there, being Don Callis on the outside. You had badass Will Ospreay with the UK assassin with
Yep.
that back. I thought it was cool. Um, a lot like you know what this I get that a lot of the matches for the main stars had like the fireworks and stuff. I think this match felt like the main event.
Jericho could 100% said he's the only fucking person that ever sang his own theme song going into the ring.
And then immediately got to the match. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, good,
Um.
good stuff. Like a lot of good moments. Like there was a few. And see, here's the thing, the match wasn't perfect. There was a few missteps. There was like the what was it? He tried to do the Osprey cutter and
Yeah.
he landed on his head. And
Yeah.
it's just like, see, it's not that easy. I get it. Um, but again, even with the missteps, the match was still really good.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the match. I thought it was a really good back and forth, and honestly, probably one of Jericho's best matches to date.
One of the most recent ones. I could say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As in like
Like
everyone.
post New Japan Jericho, I
Yeah.
would say yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I would say
yeah.
it's probably one of his best matches to date. Also like Jericho still goes. Jericho knows how to fucking tell a story, so he's gonna tell a great story no matter what. And the talent that you have with Will Ospreay, he's going to easily tell a story.
That's true.
Um, yeah, I think
That's
this
true.
was one of my favorite matches of the card, so I'll go 4-2-5 with this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go same. That reverse hidden blade with the Jericho giving him the bird,
Yeah,
just caught him in the face. I'm like, Jesus Christ! All right,
that was good.
God damn.
Next match, trios championship match. They claim badass Billy Gunn versus the House of Black. Uh, sh- First things first, the entrance of House of Black with the lantern, nice respect.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was.
Also, I love the all white though.
I thought it was
God
cool. I thought it actually looked really
damn.
cool.
Jesus, they
When you,
need to make those figures now.
yeah, that was I forgot who posted. I
That
think
is
it
a
was
3-pack. That is a 3-pack that I would buy.
I
I don't
think Myers wrote
give me,
that. He's like
give me.
he said he wrote to Ringside Collectibles, get make it happen.
Yeah, there was somebody that Cardona had said
Yeah,
too earlier. There was another one. Got to make the toys, and you saw Jeremy Padawer. It was like
yeah,
that's a reasonable request. And I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, oh.
Those white gear, but I think you also gotta put Julia Hart in the connection. You have to have a four
Yeah,
pack.
yeah, yeah. True that, true that. Poor Julia Hart. She didn't
Yeah,
deserve. She didn't deserve that. She did not deserve
she had
that.
it coming.
She didn't hit anybody.
She had it coming.
That's messed up.
She was fucking with Billy Gunn the whole time.
She didn't hit anybody. How are you gonna have a giant 200-pound man leg drop her crotch like that? What the? Scissor
Hey,
me,
she
scissor me, daddy ass. God damn.
match was alright.
I
I
like it.
kind of
I
didn't
like
want
it.
House of Black to lose, so I was a little
I
mad.
never want them to lose. I'll be honest with you. I'm
So
biased.
it's gonna go 3 because they lost.
I'm gonna I'm gonna take off a 0.25, a 0.25. But I actually enjoyed the match. I thought the Julia moment added to the match. I thought a lot of the stuff. I thought Billy not being under the control. I thought that was a sticking point too.
Yeah,
It was like, okay, he's not gonna turn on these boys. That's
yeah,
good. I like the I like the acclaim anyway. I like both
yeah,
people who were in this match, and I thought the match was pretty solid. So I'm gonna give it a 3.75.
yeah.
It would have been a 4,
If
but
they
you know
won,
what? My team lost.
yeah, they should not be losing. That team should not be losing. They should be rolling over people.
But I get it. It's the acclaim. I get it. Because again, you have to build your stars.
Yeah,
That's you, we love them, but they're not. The House of Black's not AEW stars.
that's true. They WWE mostly, except for Brody.
Yeah,
King.
Brody's an independent, but but like I get
Yeah.
it, and you need that.
And Alistair looks weird without a beard. It's still weird to me.
I no, I like I dig him without it. He looks crazy without a
Yeah,
beard.
he
That's
looks
my
like the
thing.
manicus, like fucking like Christian
He
Bale when he
looks
fucking like lost all that weight and shit. He looks like that. It
yeah.
freaks me out.
He looks like it is doing his job.
Yeah,
It looks like he looks like he's
like he
unhinged.
looks like a
So
Mortal Kombat character now.
yeah, a little bit.
100%. Like I think you could put him in a Mortal Kombat game and I would believe it.
Hmm.
Just have him kick people's heads off,
Exact. Yes, please,
like he used to do with
please.
Cody Rhodes. That was like my favorite thing in AEW.
Oh man, I
That
missed
was my
those.
favorite thing in AEW when he used to
Yeah, it
kick.
was. Yeah, it
He kicked
was
Arn
every week.
Anderson. He kicked QT Marshall a few times. That
Oh,
made me happy.
well, damn. All right.
Like,
Wait
why
a
you gotta
second.
bring him up?
Wait a second.
Um, I'm gonna go next match, the last one, AEW World Championship match. You have Adam Cole versus MJF.
I have to sit this one out. I didn't see it. I was burnt out. I saw
Yeah,
too much wrestling this weekend.
it was good. It was a good match. It was World War for main event. I think they told a great story. I think they both went back and forth with it, and you thought a lot of things were gonna happen, which didn't happen. And I think they just had you in the ride for this match. Again, I'll say the false finishes get annoying after a while, but at least they told the story and why it was there and things like that, and also working the ropes and things like that. So, um, I'll go 4-5 at this match.
Okay. Okay.
All out, all in overall. I'll go 3.75.
Yeah, I think that's when my score's gonna lie. 375.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good.
I'll be honest with you. It could go up to 2.25 if I see that main event.
Yeah.
So
Payback has 5 matches on the card. I think they may have add one more. So, do you want to do a prediction of that or no?
yeah, we can predict it.
All right, so let's run that out real fast. So right now, what's set on the card? You have Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus steel cage match.
I think Trish is gonna win because Zoe Stark cannot be stopped from getting into a cage.
I think Becky wins.
You think so?
Yeah. LA Knight versus The Miz.
I think LA Knight should win the match,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't. Again, the way things happen with LA Knight, they they like to subvert your expectations. I think he might lose
I
because
think
Miz might cheat.
I think after you had him pin Balor clean, I think you have to have him win this match.
Do you think so? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Miz is a snake. Miz
I
is a
know
snake.
Miz is a snake, but I think also LA Knight is a snake as well. And like he's still not a full
Uh,
baby, so he's gonna do the dirty
this
shit
is true.
too.
This is true. This is
I'll
true.
go LA Knight in this one.
All right, I'm gonna go LA Knight. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
We
pick Knight.
got Rey Mysterio, Austin Theory, United States Championship match.
I something about me rub me the wrong way if Austin Theory just won it back.
Yeah.
Nah, I think Ray's holding on.
Same here. I think Rey's staying. And Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez, women's world title.
This is a match that I think this is the precursor to how she's gonna lose,
Yeah.
but she's not losing now. I would love it if Raquel took it later.
Yeah, I
Not
think
now.
Rhea's winning
Not
this
now.
one.
Not
Yes.
now. Yeah.
And then you have Seth freaking Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the world championship.
I want Shinsuke to win.
I do want him to win, but I feel like Seth's staying with the title.
I can see it, but I think he's gonna. I want Shinsuke to win.
Let's go Shinsuke.
I
I have a
believe.
feeling we are gonna get the IC title added in here with Gable and Gunther, and I think we're gonna
Yeah.
get a tag team championship, tag team or women's tag team match or male's tag team match in this card.
Okay. Okay.
So they might be subject to change, but that's the matches they have up there.
If it's Gable and Gunta, I'm going for Gable all the way.
And then All Out has 5 matches on the card right now, but I think also we're gonna get added more matches there, so we could do that another time. We do the
Okay.
prediction for that. All right, let's go to podcasts we listen to because we are going quite long. I did listen to the Major Wrestling Figure podcast. They actually talked about how Hangman Page is a peg warmer.
Thank you, CM Punk, for saying that. It's messed up.
And they described it, and then they had people actually check their local target. They asked everyone, check your local target and see who you see the most of, and it's usually is Hangman and a couple of, and two other people.
Is it the Hangman with the shirt?
Yeah,
Because I'm pretty sure it's the Hangman with the shirt.
yeah, and I think that's the reason why, because it's a Target exclusive, so they will get a box of that figure, just that figure.
And I'm listening to, I forgot who it was talking about it. It might have been them before,
Yeah,
but those types of figures, they said they don't sell that much.
no, they don't.
Not the clothes, a wrestling figure, the guy wearing street clothes, it doesn't really sell unless it's like Austin.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I listened to that. Joe Gacy was on Ryan Stanton's Out of Character. It was a good
Okay.
conversation.
All right.
Um, that was actually a really good one. Where is this one? I listened to. Did I listen? Oh yeah, Gregory Helms was on Chris Van Vliet. That was a good conversation
Really?
as well. Also, Butterbean
Wow.
was on it if you're interested.
That was cool. I kind of want to hear about Butterbean because I heard he had a transformation thanks to DDP.
Yeah, yeah,
Like he had gotten really big,
yeah. And
and
then
DDP helped him out.
Cody Rhodes is on Back to School with Shopping with Cody Rhodes,
Oh
and
shit.
he's on After the Bell.
See, I didn't hear it after the bell, but I did hear Sam's tribute to Bray Wyatt.
I didn't get to listen to that. I have that on my list to save, so I'm gonna listen to it when I
Yeah,
get a
so that's a good
chance.
episode.
Yeah. And then our wrestling retrospect, and I honestly I can't go without having to pick him now because we haven't picked him before, and I would like to see you to see the early stages of Bray Wyatt. So let's go
Mm-hmm.
Bray Wyatt
Yep.
because there's a lot of NXT stuff, early WWE, early Raw. His stuff with Cena, his stuff with other people, and he had a lot of cool stuff. So
You know what's interesting? I'll just leave it on this. For the first time, I got context to the thing they call the point when he
yeah,
pointed in Roman Spirit
yeah,
because of Sheamus.
yeah,
Because it was Sheamus who got speed.
yeah,
he so he posted like the entire clip of like most of that match
yeah,
where it led up to that moment.
yeah.
And I was like, ah, there's so much more to that. Ah, okay,
And it
okay,
looked
okay.
so fucking dope.
It does. It
It
does.
did look
It do.
cool.
It do. It do.
I'll say let's go like this is a special one because he passed away and shit like that. So let's go top three promos and then top three matches.
Okay.
So
Okay.
could go into some of the promos that he had. He had some like, or Fire from Funhouse and things like that. And I think like I like just in mind, I think about the Sister Abigail one when she was just cursing like it was cursing a storm.
Mm-hmm.
During the promo, and she kept cursing. They're like, I think of the bad word and shit like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go Bray Wyatt just because the situation and what happened, and I think just you seeing early stuff. Not even has to be Bray Wyatt. It could be his early stuff as Husky Harris, or even remember him and Bo Dallas being tag team champions of FCW. So there's a lot of cool stuff there.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
And we wrap this up. Thank you for listening. This is Wrestling Battle Podcast. Follow us on all social medias. We're on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, or Mark the Mic. Also Spotify and my Red Cycle Link, my Mark with the Mic TikTok page. Check that out as well. Follow Red Cycle Link.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Follow Red Cyclonic anywhere and everywhere. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on SoundCloud. And we got a WordPress, so check it out.
Yep, yep. And always remember, follow the Jinkies
He's hungry.
and just the passing of Bray and shit like that. Always call your people that you know. Tell them you love them.
Check all your peoples.
Yes, yes. Peace out.
Swerve said, why we always gotta come together when somebody passes.